Hello, good morning. This is your daily outlook for Friday, the 24th of January. The euro is rising against most of its major counterparts early in the European session. The single currency recorded a fresh daily high at 134.18 against the US dollar. French disappointing manufacturing data and a record high unemployment in Spain pushed the euro lower yesterday during the EU session. However, the release of better than expected German data and signs of an improving labour market in the US helped the single currency rebound. Market participants today will be closely monitoring the release of the German IFO business climate at 9 a.m. The British pound has weakened considerably in the past few days, and it will be very interesting to trade its price action before and after the release of the fourth quarter gross domestic product. The US dollar is trading sideways against the Japanese yen after rising above 90, following the comments made by Japanese Trade Minister Nishimura, who said that an exchange rate of $100 yen would not be a problem. Gold is relatively quiet, trading at just above $1,670 an ounce. Nevertheless, the precious metal is susceptible to wild moves following calm spells such as this one. Now let's take a look at what the currencies are doing this morning. The euro-dollar pivot points at 133.20 with a preference to enter into long positions at 133.40. The dollar-yen pivot points at 90 with a preference to enter into long positions at 90. The Aussie-dollar pivot points at 104.80 with a preference to enter in short positions at 104.80. The sterling dollar pivot points at 158.20 with a preference to enter into short positions at 158.10, and the dollar CAD pivot points at 0.9980 with a preference to enter into long positions at 0.9980. Looking at commodities and indices, oil pivot points at 96.25 with a preference to enter into long positions at 96.25. The gold pivot points at 1676 with a preference to enter into short positions at 1676. The silver pivot point at 32.05 with a preference to enter into long positions at 32.35. The US 500 is at 1480 with a preference to enter into long positions at 1480. And the UK 100 is at 6132 with a preference to enter into long positions at 6132. And of course, for more up-to-date information, please visit us at easy-forex.com. And watch out for these market movers. In Europe, we have the German IFO business climate forecast to rise to 103.1. In the UK, we have the preliminary fourth quarter GDP forecast to contract by 0.1%. And in the US, we have the new home sales in December forecast to come out at 387,000. Sorry. And of course, for more up-to-date information, please visit us at easy-forex.com. And watch out for these market movers. In Europe, we have the German IFO business climate forecast to rise to 103.1. In the UK, we have the preliminary fourth quarter GDP forecast to contract by 0.1%. And in the US, we have the new home sales in December forecast to come out at 387,000. And our interesting pair of the day is the silver dollar. Silver is rising against the US dollar following its drop to a major support level found at 31.60. The precious metal could launch a reversal from here, but a break and hold below this level could pave the way for lower lows. Thank you for tuning in to our Daily Outlook. We look forward to seeing you again next week. I'm Emma and Joe from the Easy Forex Dealing Room. Have a good weekend.
Not only have you found a great place for Forex news, you found a great place to trade it. Registration is easy. Just click Join Now. Membership has its unique benefits, such as the freeze rate, the trade simulator, the inside viewer, and personal dealers. Your personal account manager waiting for you now.